Hi Aquarius, welcome to Forever Bliss Tarot with Sky. So we are working on Mercury retrograde reading right now. As you know, that started today. It ends on August 29th and is usually a catalyst for, communication issues, miscommunications, technology breakdowns, maintenance issues, just hiccups left and right, just to test our resilience. And so we want to get some messages to just kind of get ahead of it, see what's in store. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates. Don't force anything to fit that is not a fit for you. This is predictive energy. It can be happening already, or it could be something that hasn't happened yet, or it may be something that doesn't happen at all because it's not your reading. But nonetheless, we're going to see what comes out just so we can be prepared for what retrograde has in store. So Spirit, give me some general messages on the main theme of Mercury retrograde for Aquarius. What are just things in store, main theme, things that, may manifest themselves into the month of August for Aquarius. All right, so let's see what you got. You have surgery, you have attack, you have time, winter, and you also have organize. Can you see all those? So, some of you may be having surgery, dealing with, a medical issue. Could be cosmetic surgery, getting, mommy makeover, BBL. Make sure you get a second opinion. You do your research on the doctor. Listen to your intuition. Some of you are going to need help during the recovery of this. You also have attack here, which is physical altercation, verbal attack, one or more people turning on you, or a spiritual attack. So, there's a strong focus on some kind of beef or strife in the energy, just conflict. I'm hoping it's not a physical attack, but if it must be physical, I hope you beat the brakes off them or, whatnot, because, we too grown to be putting our hands on people. That's crazy. But this can also be spiritual attack. So strong focus on making sure you have your protection in place, whether that be praying, whether that be, doing a protection candle, carrying certain, gemstones, crystals, tourmaline, obsidian, onyx, whatever it is. Some of you may have something that you are working on, or an answer you're waiting on, or something timing related that's going to manifest in winter. And then you also have organize here, which is clean your space, rearrange your home, workspace, vehicle, just organizing a schedule. So some of you are really trying to just buckle down, create a schedule, or, you're being called to do so just to, streamline all of the things that you have on your plate that you may be juggling. Let's pull a few cards from another deck, Spirit. What does Aquarius have in store for Mercury retrograde? What is the theme of retrograde for Aquarius? All right, you have possesses a talisman to amplify positive vibes, and you also have putting negative thoughts in your head. So, and I feel like that might go hand in hand with attack. So, you have someone who maybe just, putting doubt in your head, or hold on, let's bring that down so you can see it. Putting doubt in your head. Maybe, you're discussing some ideas with someone and they're just finding like a problem to just every solution, or maybe deterring you from moving forward with something. But regardless, there's someone who may not have the best intentions that's going to be putting some doubt in you. So just be aware of that. And again, make sure you're protecting yourself, doing your return to senders, because I am big on my protection return to sender, honey. I do not play. But we are going to get some pull some cards from tarot. Let's move these over so we can just see what kind of obstacles might be coming out for you guys. So here we go. Spirit, what obstacles may arise for the Aquarius collective during this Mercury retrograde? Obstacles that may arise for Aquarius during Mercury retrograde, Spirit. Asking for insight on obstacles that may arise or appear during Mercury retrograde. Hold up, I saw something that flipped. Where are you? There you go. And that's your energy. Messages of insight on obstacles that Aquarius may face during this Mercury retrograde that is upon us. All right. Then you've got Nine of Wands on the bottom of the deck. But what popped out first is the Hangman, followed by the Star in reverse, the Eight of Cups upright, and the Nine of Wands upright. And we're going to take this the Knight of Wands, and then we're going to take this Nine of Wands. So, you know, an obstacle that may pop up is, you know, you possibly moving away from something. You also have the Hangman here, which is water energy, Pisces heavily. But, you know, there's a need for you to surrender to something. Maybe a need for a period of inactivity where you don't react maybe in your normal way. There is an obstacle is going to present itself where you're going to be called to shift your perspective on it. You know, some kind of change, something you may need to reflect on and just kind of like really dig deep for some insight. You know, there's another aspect is, you know, it could be something that you're needing to release and just like surrender to, just sacrifice it, let it go. You have the Star here in reverse, which is your energy, Aquarius, but in reverse, you know, it's a loss of faith. It's you know, maybe feeling uninspired, discouraged by something, you know, just maybe even feeling a disconnection from self. So there's something you're walking away from here with the Eight of Cups, water energy again. So, you know, two waters already. So this could involve someone who's a water sign, or, you know, it could be placements that you have. So, you know, put that where it goes. But the Eight of Cups talks about just being disappointed with something and maybe feeling empty, defeated. You could be moving on from something, leaving something behind, which does support the Hangman there. And it looks like it may be something that you need to retreat and withdraw from. A choice that you're making, or something that's just not really aligning with where you're headed. You have the Knight of Wands here also accompanied with the Nine of Wands. Now, the Nine of Wands, you know, that's fire energy, Sagittarius, but it talks about just being resilient, but just like defending yourself at all costs. Maybe, you know, a situation is going to come up where you're going to have to set some strong boundaries. I mean, you do have this, like this attack up here, remember that. So it might be something where you have to set a boundary. It's going to create some conflict because people who are used to taking advantage of you always being accommodating, saying yes to things, they don't like boundaries. And with the Knight of Wands here, you know, that's more fire energy, more Sagittarius energy. So, you know, it could be a Sagittarius. I'm getting heavy water, Sagittarius. But, you know, that's all about like moving forward with passion, with, you know, quickly, swiftly, just fast action, and, you know, kind of just diving right in and asking questions later. Now, with that being in the obstacle place, I feel like, you know, you might be moving quickly towards, you know, withdrawing yourself from the situation, or it can be a call to just kind of reflect, because you have conflicting energy here. You have one energy saying, you know, move forward and dive right in, ask questions later, but you also have the Hangman here, which is saying do the opposite. Surrender, patience, look at something from a different perspective. So I feel like there's a need or an obstacle that's coming up where you're going to need to handle it in a way that you may not have handled things prior, and you're being asked to just shift your perspective, surrender to it. Something isn't working. Something is not going to be working. Something needs to be rethought. Something is just kind of stealing some of your shine, or will be, and, you know, you're getting to the near completion of that, where you're just really like feeling that energy of just fighting for so long, defending yourself for so long, like you're still standing, but you're fucking tired. And what may present itself during this retrograde is you finally being fed up and deciding like you don't want to deal with that shit. I forgot something here. See, look here. And you have strength. So it looks like whatever this obstacle is that is going to come up, it's going to require strength. This is fire energy, Leo. So you got a heavy fire in the obstacle category, but, you needing to overcome obstacles and just be resilient. And you have two resilience cards right next to each other. So something's coming up where you're going to really have to just stand firmly in your convictions. You also have the High Priestess here on the bottom of the deck. So, I don't want to ignore that. But intuitively, you are going to know what to do. You know that whatever this is, it's something that may be expired, something you're going to have to handle a different way than you've been, because you're just tired of having to be the strong one or feeling like you're under attack and like you're going to be hitting them with a whammy and just shifting the way you handle it. But let's move on. We're going to see what advice Spirit has on how you should handle this obstacle. Spirit, what advice do you have for Aquarius on how they should handle this obstacle that is coming up in their energy during this Mercury retrograde that is upon us? Okay, we have the Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck, but what came out is the Two of Cups. You also have the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Sun. So the way you're going to have to handle this is, in some ways you may have to hit this head on. I want to start with the Five of Wands here, which is more fire energy, Leo to be specific, but that, that's competition, rivalry, petty shit, disagreements, stubbornness. You do have this attack over here and, verbal. It can be verbal, altercation, physical, but, it's conflict. And the way that you overcome it may be you having to face it. Or, I can read it in a different way, but, I wanted to focus on that card first because this attack card, I don't like that. But with the Two of Cups here, water energy, Cancer, you overcoming this may be you just balancing yourself out. Twos are about a choice to be made, a choice that fills your cup, a choice that emotionally balances you, and only you are going to know what that looks like. You also have the Knight of Pentacles here, which is symbolic of, working on something, pouring, your energy, your attention into something that manifests some type of material wealth, possibly, because, it's Pentacle energy, which is Earth, strong Virgo. But the way you're going to overcome this situation is just kind of changing what you're pouring your attention into and putting it more towards manifesting, taking action towards something you want to achieve. Maybe, some type of investment could bring long-term abundance, but you do have this, this rivalry here. So, that can't be ignored. And sometimes, the answer is not to ignore the rivalry. Sometimes the answer is you have to hit it head on and let people know they have you fucked up. So you put that where it goes, but you do have the Three of Swords here as well, which is, heartbreak, grief, separation, suffering. It could pertain to love. There could be some competition, somebody's put you in competition with some people, because you do have, handling this is a union card, but you're also being told to manifest something that is solid and dependable. If it is, a situation where you're being placed in, as far as love especially, where you're in this just battle, competition energy, and it's just creating grief and just pain, and, you're feeling betrayed, in order for you to, overcome this obstacle, or the way that Spirit is advising you handle it and overcome it is, standing in your sun energy, which is more fire energy, Leo. It's, it's you feeling healed. It's you gaining clarity. It's you feeling happy. It's you not letting this energy or whatever this obstacle is steal your glow. And that may be another aspect of, I mentioned earlier with the Hangman here, it's a shift of perspective. You possibly handling something in a way you haven't handled it before. And what we do know about, people, especially if this is something that you've already been dealing with, whether it be an environment, a person, a love interest, they rely on you being predictable. They know how you're going to act. So, with this hangman being here and the advice that I see here, you know, you might need to hit him with the ooh-wah-ee, like, psych, swerve. Didn't see that coming, did you? And just abandon that shit and stand in your sun and act unbothered about it. Like, normally you may have handled it emotional. You may have, you know, dived right into some petty shit and arguing and fighting for your position and all this shit. And this time you might be like, you know what? I'm the sun without you. I don't give a fuck if you feel blinded by it, and you move right on in your radiance, your positivity, all is well. And, you know, keep that game face up. And that's what I'm getting for that, because you do have this Ten of Swords here, which I don't want to ignore. And, you know, with it being how you handle the obstacle, what this could mean is it's time for you to recognize that an ending has to happen. Like, it's the rock bottom. You're tired of dealing with this same old, same old. It's another betrayal card. So you have 2 betrayal cards in the, you know, how you handle the obstacle. And with 10s being completion, and this is also air energy, Gemini, but, you know, it's you understanding that, yeah, you know, it might be a situation where, you know, you feel defeated, it hurt, it's heartbreak, it's, you know, created some deep-rooted wounds, but you're being called to be in your hangman energy, which is shift your perspective, shift your energy, just shift even your handling of it. So we're going to move on and see what should Aquarius be focusing on for this retrograde. Spirit, what should Aquarius focus on during this retrograde? What is going to be in their best interest to pour their focus into? All right, we're going to take those. So, and we got Page of Swords on the bottom of the deck. But what popped out first is the King of Pentacles. Then you got the Ten of Cups. Then you have the Magician, which kind of came out on the fence. I'm going to take it upright. And you also have the Four of Swords. So what Spirit is saying you need to focus on is your bag. Honey, the King of Pentacles is earth energy, Capricorn, stability. It's, you know, it is someone who is about their business, disciplined, you know, stands on, you know, their principles, someone who pours into, you know, their material world, someone who works hard, they're a leader, provider. It's time for you, you know, energy that you may have been giving other people. It's time for you to focus on your long-term success, your wealth, your legacy. You know, you also do have, where was it at? Oh, organize up here. So, you know, that could be you kind of realigning and restructuring your schedule, your daily routine to just make sure you're fitting in everything you need to do, because the more that you can consistently do, especially as a routine, you know, the further you will get towards your goals. You also have the Ten of Cups here, which it's a harmony card. Ten of Cups is, you know, emotions, it's water, Pisces energy, but it's fulfillment. It's working on fulfilling relationships. And, you know, and that could be family, it could be home, you know, it could be you just working on your emotional security, working on having peace in relationships, making peace in certain relationships, or it's you moving away from things that disrupt your harmony and, you know, create strife in your home, which could be you kicking somebody's ass out or deciding to end something. But regardless, what you should be focusing on is, you know, bringing yourself to an emotionally prosperous place, an emotionally balanced, prosperous place. And that's what I have with the King of Pentacles and Ten of Cups here. You also have the Magician here, and that's you focusing your energy on manifesting things, you know, setting intentions, like really recognizing your power and just, you know, your will and your skill, you moving forward with inspired action and really not making sure you're not giving attention to things that are negative and they do not serve you. You also have the Four of Swords here, which is upright, and that's air energy, Libra. But, you know, that's about replenishing your energy. A need to, you know, maybe have some solitude, retreat from whatever the situation is, and just find some sanctuary and self-care and just refill your cup. You know, going through, you know, turmoil and things like that and strife and beef and whatever this was, you know, you being called to look at things from a higher perspective. What Spirit wants you to focus on is you, manifesting what you need for you, pouring into you, healing you, resting for you, making sure you, you know, just are in a more renewed energy, because when your energy is clear, you have renewed, your manifestations come in easier and stronger. So I do feel that. So let's see what we have for advice from Spirit, guys. So let's see. Spirit, what advice do you have for Aquarius during this retrograde? Just general advice, overall advice, something you want them to know, just, you know, insight, clarity, you know. One more card for Aquarius. Advice from Spirit. What advice? Whoa, there we go. All right. So you have, let's move that. So what came out is the Ace of Wands in reverse. You have the Three of Cups in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles upright, and you also have the Hierophant upright. Now, as far as this being advice from Spirit, with the Ace of Wands in reverse, you know, that's fire energy, Aries, but it's symbolic of maybe feeling like blocks creatively, or, you know, you might be feeling a bit of a lack of focus, motivation, maybe lacking direction. You know, you want to move forward. You could be feeling weighed down by, you know, some residual things. And this also could be symbolic of a third party as well, in the energy, which does make a lot of sense, because where do we see that? Well, you do got people turning on you, verbal attack, one or more. You have this competition energy with the wands over here. So with the Three of Cups being in reverse, it means a couple of things. You know, it could be you feeling excluded, there being gossip, you know, cattiness, competitiveness again, you know. So it's Spirit advising you, you know, of you being aware of that energy. Or another aspect of this is you being advised not to overindulge. You know, it is a celebration card, like a collaboration card, hanging out with friends, social circle, but in reverse, it can be toxic. You know, it can be you overindulging too much, you know, heavy partying, heavy drinking, it could be heavy spending. And so with that being your advice, Spirit is asking you to, you know, take a step back, you know, and look at the direction you're going in or towards, and be cognizant of, you know, just not adding more to your plate, or, you know, overindulging, or, you know, just attributing with more competitive energy with other people and third parties, and just whatever that is, whatever that could be. They want you to move more towards the Page of Pentacles, which is Earth energy, Taurus, and that's you manifesting a new beginning for yourself, a solid new beginning, something that's practical, something, you know, that's dependable, something you're dedicated to and that you're disciplined with, especially with this organized here. So it's, you know, you being advised to just move away from some of this fiery, chaotic energy, you know, and discipline yourself. You also have the Hierophant here. That's about structure, it's learning, it's teaching, you know, it's tradition, it's conformity, but overall it's wisdom. And Spirit wants you to just look at things from a higher perspective and make sure you're not, you know, regressing into old ways, old habits, old conflict, you know, old indulgences that you need to move away from. Because I'm gonna, you know, point out this Hangman right here, which is you just really needing to surrender to some things, let go of some things, and that could be old mindsets as well, like you shifting your perspective. So that is what I have for that. And what I want to do is pull an Akashic record card for you guys, because, you know, that's all about past life lessons that, you know, we carry over into the next life. So there could be advice there, or just, you know, some messages from your higher self, because all of that stuff is in the Akashic records for us. So let's see, what Akashic message do you have for Aquarius, Spirit? Give me an Akashic message for the Aquarius collective. All right, so you have be present, and you also have forgiveness. So you are ungrounded and spending too much time in your head. Something has caused you to retreat to your mind. It's time to bring consciousness to it so you can resolve it and start living life more fully again. You also have forgiveness here. And hold on, wait. Oh, well, I thought the camera stopped. Lord. Okay, you also have forgiveness here. It's withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. And like I said, you have this competitive energy here, heartbreak, painful endings. Remember that Ten of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, and it's a call for you to not let those things tank you and to look at it from a higher perspective. Like, the obstacles coming up are something that's literally possibly going to put you in a place where it just dims your shine a little bit because you're the star here in reverse. And I think that's solidifying a need to forgive yourself first and foremost. Like, don't blame yourself. We go through things, we tolerate things, we want to really give things our all and be resilient, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. And it was a lesson that needed to be learned, a karmic lesson. We are in the Akashic records right now, but forgive yourself first and foremost, and eventually, even if you can't right away, forgive this person, because that energy of release, which is also significant with the Hangman here with surrender, is what's going to clear the path to more abundance, more blessings. And you do have, a lot of pentacles, manifesting in your life here with the Page of Pentacles and advice. You've got the King of Pentacles with what you should focus on. So, and you're the Magician here as well. So, just make sure you are keeping your energetic paths, or at least being cognizant of it, and just conscious of trying to clear your path, your thoughts, of things like that, especially with putting negative thoughts in your head. So make sure you're clearing those things so your paths for abundance to come in are as clear as they can be while you navigate tough energy, because retrograde be retrograding, and that is what we have for that. So thank you, Aquarius, for tuning in. If the reading resonated, please comment, let me know, because it lets me know where I'm on track, and just things that are manifesting. Some of this may not have happened yet, so once it does, if it does, circle back, let me know. Don't forget to like the video, because it helps the algorithm, but it also sends a signal to the universe that you're a part of the Forever Bliss Tarot collective, which in turn helps get messages funneled through me, through the cards, and delivered to you that you need to hear to help you on your journey. And last but not least, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you're notified of new videos as they're uploaded. But good luck, Aquarius, and you got this, and happy retrograding, and see you guys later. Love you.